Okay, this demo was to show you how to put the mouth in. And I found in one of my other ones that my line of symmetry had gotten completely off. So if you have to redo the proportions under the nose, it's really not a big deal. Won't take too long at all. I have put pupils in here because that's how we determine the width of the mouth. And you can kind of see some vague little lines that I had there from before. So I'm gonna redraw them in. They're gonna go straight down. And if you don't have pupils, you can just estimate the middle of the eye. And then we really wanna make sure that our mouth is centered underneath the nose. So I'm gonna draw another line of symmetry down the middle this way, just to double check that. And then I'm gonna remember we're cutting the space from the nose to the bottom of the chin into thirds. So I'm gonna go 2 lines, 1 and 2, creating 1, 2, 3 equal spaces, okay? And this is gonna be where our mouth line goes. And it's kind of tricky because we're actually gonna cover up exactly what we did just now with this mouth line, but this line here is the one that's really critical. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a small ball of clay, and the head is arced, it's curved, right? And the lips pop out from the face. And so we want to create a 3-dimensional shape. So we created the nose with the wedge shape, but for the mouth shape, we're going to be using half a sphere. So I'm going to take a ball of clay, and obviously too big, right? It's like, and I'm also noticing this line might be a little bit too far. I'm going to move this one over just a tad. I'm going to just bring that in just a wee bit. This ball of clay is too big, so you might have to make some adjustments. So I'm just going to like squeeze some off of this and then roll it again. And remember that I'm trying to, I spent all this time getting my proportions right. I don't want it to go underneath that line. That's still maybe a little bit on the, well, I don't know. It's fitting inside the line. So that's what you want. You want a ball that's gonna fit to there. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your ball and you're gonna slice it in half. Save this other half because you might need it for the chin. And especially at this point, if your project's getting a little on the dry side, you're gonna score really well and score really well. Anything you're adding at this point that's a large geometric form getting added on here, you really need to make sure that that you score. I'm just adding a little bit of water. And then I'm just gonna take the ball and start to blend it in, gently pushing down. And remember, I'm trying to keep it, within this confined space. So I don't want to just like smush down too hard. And basically what I'm doing is I'm going to create the upper lip. So if you think about what happens underneath the nose is it's almost like a little ski jump. It pops, it dips down, and then it pops up like this. So I'm just kind of creating this little indentation like that. And then blending, but not getting it too far past these lines here. Okay, and a little bit tricky because I just covered it up. But if you know the bottom is here, you're gonna find the halfway point, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your tool, and you can use a fettling knife, or you can use any tool that has a straight line to it, and you're just gonna cut the dome shape, stopping here and stopping here. So I'm just slicing it across like that. And this is where having the correct tool is really helpful. So these little little curved ended tools are really the best for this. So what I'm going to do is and actually this one's, I want a flatter one. Ooh, yeah, that's good. See how that one's flat? So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to put the tool here. And remember, I want to keep my symmetry. This is called the Cupid's bow. It's that little indentation underneath the nose. And some people have it really pronounced and other people it's more subtle. But I'm going to put that in there just to, really make sure that I have my symmetry, okay? And then I'm going to take the tool and I'm going to just push up and I'm going to make one side of the lip, and then I'm going to come to the other side and I'm going to push up and make the other side of the lip. And you can see from the profile view, you can get your thumbs in there and kind of like sweep across like this, sweep across like that. And you'll probably need to blend, so I'm going to come back in and just do some blending and making that really smooth. So now you can see I've kind of established this like upper lip. And, oh, I'm losing my little nostril. And then now the bottom lip, everybody's bottom lip is going to be slightly different. Some are really full, some are less full, but it's more rounded than the top lip. So I'm gonna round it off just using my thumbs, and then it's gonna have an indentation at the bottom like this where your chin pops out. So I'm just gonna start to push down, and you can see I'm starting to just smooth and blend it in. And what you'll notice is this person is like really missing the chin. You may be able to push, depending on how hard yours is, you may be able to push some of the clay from the bottom up to kind of form the chin. Or you may use your other half of the sphere that you have. So I'm actually gonna do that. So I'm gonna score and score. And a little water. And then I'm just gonna add the chin in. And sometimes it's good to look at it from a profile view because you really get that sense of proportion. And that looks so much better, right? Now he's got a chin, or she. And I'm gonna blend it on in there. And now we're starting to really kind of see the face with some more accuracy. It's looking a little more realistic. At this point too, the shape of the chin, you really need your photograph. Some people have like this indentation. Some people have a pointy chin or a wider, rounder chin. The other thing you might start looking at too, if the cheeks are sunken in a little bit, you may want to add a little bit of cheek. So especially if you're doing a grandparent, they get kind of like almost baggy cheeks where the smile line, the crease right here, gets more pronounced. So you could start to, excuse me, add in some cheek at this point too. Start to kind of fill out the face. This is really getting to the point where you need the photograph of the person that you're going to be working on because the facial features are going to become very particular to that person. Okay, so now we're just starting to really fill it out a little bit more. We're seeing connections between things where the nose flows into the upper lip and then flows into the lower lip. And then you can fine tune it once you get your photograph.